Hi, I'm Rick Anthony, and welcome to the Someone You Should Know podcast, the podcast that focuses on musicians, authors, and interesting people. We like to say we're making a difference one artist at a time. So sit back, have a cold one, and get ready to meet someone you should know. It's always a special moment when our staff poet, Tammy Spears, joins us for the Someone You Should Know program. And over the years, she has covered many of the holidays. She is the poetic voice that adds heart, depth, and beauty to this podcast. And today, she's bringing something very, very special to us, something very fitting for this time of year, a heartfelt reading of several Independence Day poems from her poetry collection known as Flutter of an Eye and Fluttering On. And since we've got the cookouts going on and fireworks and family traditions, let's pause and enjoy some great poetry as Tammy reflects and celebrates in verse. Tammy, it is always great to have you on this podcast, and I thank you so much for all the many times that you've been on this podcast, Tammy.
Oh, I appreciate you more than you know, Rick, by allowing me to showcase the poetry, and I hope that everybody enjoys it as much as I do, and I know you do as well.
Very good.
And thank you for your service. We salute you.
Thanks, Tammy, so much. Tammy, like I say, you've been on this podcast numerous times, but for someone listening for the first time, can you once again tell the catalyst behind your poetry collection, Flutter of an Eye, and the second book called Fluttering On?
Absolutely. My mom, my beautiful mother, who passed away at a young age of 61 from lung cancer, she was the inspiration behind both of these books. I was writing poetry and sending it to the local newspaper on her birthday and her date of passing. And on her 10th anniversary of passing, which was in 2017, good Lord above gave me a sign and said, Tammy, you're writing, you're doing this. And the poetry just started flowing. And I thought, why not write a poetry book? I wrote it for family, of course, so that they have something down the line that they can reflect back on. And also for everybody else to be inspired, because we all go through this. We all go through loss in life. And it's just a good way to remember your loved one and cherish the precious time that you've had with them.
Very good. With every poem that you write, Mom's memory is right there.
She is.
Mom lives on with those poetic verses that you come up with. Now, since it is the 4th of July, I got to ask you, what images and memories come to mind that influence your writing, especially for the 4th of July?
So 4th of July, I have a lot of men in my family who have served. So it goes from my dad, who was just a reservist in the Marines. I don't want to say just, but he was very proud of that. My uncle, his brother was. My mother's brother, who was also my uncle, he was. My grandfather, my mom's dad. My uncle's dad, he was. John's family, he had many as well, uncles that served. His grandfather served in the Army. His uncle served. Every military service here is recognized in the book. I have some cousins right now, actually second cousins that are my cousin's kids. 3 of her boys currently were in the service. One just got out recently, and the other 2 are still in the Navy. So it's a wide range. We had a great uncle, George Granacki, who passed in Japan. He's actually buried there. He was KIA with a Purple Heart, and my dad has actually got his name George as his middle name. So it means a lot to represent what they've stood for, and so that's why I did those poems. Because of course my mom wasn't in the military, but the men strongly were. So
very good. Let's talk about favorite 4th of July memories. I grew up in Hobart, Indiana, for those of you outside the local area here. And Hobart was always very special for the 4th of July. Their parade was one of the largest in the area. Their fireworks displays were always something fun. And us neighbor kids always had a great time during the 4th of July. Some of your fondest memories for the 4th of July?
That's what we did absolutely as well. But I also have my family comes from a strong background of fishermen.
Oh.
So upon saying that, we were on the boat a lot. We were at the beach a lot. My grandparents had a cottage also in Bangor, Michigan, which we went to growing up. It was like every weekend in the summer, most every weekend. And there were a few times I remember being out on the lake when the fireworks were going on and me huddling in the corner, scared to death that they were going to come in the boat. But I do cherish all those memories now. It was just awesome. We were always together, family, friends, the neighbors at the cottage, and we all spent the time together. And then doing the fireworks, of course, individually. individual fireworks. So yeah, we had a lot of fun growing up.
Awesome. Very good. Tammy, let's get to some poems here. The very first poem is called what?
It's called Freedom Flies High.
All right. Very good. Whenever you're ready, Tammy, here's Freedom Flies High.
The colors of the red, white, and blue ripple in the wind. The stars and stripes, we salute them. Freedom flies high while the anthem plays. Many a sacrifice that they gave. For the land of liberty, the price they paid. Proudly serving by land, sea, or air, protecting their country, we remember when freedom flies high because of them. The flag represents the red, white, and blue for those who serve bravely, defending God's country, giving their all for me and for you. Freedom flies high, and we thank you.
Oh, good. Freedom Flies High. And that is from your first book or your second book, Tammy?
That is from the second book called Fluttering On.
Fluttering On. Very good. By the way, we'll talk about where to get these books because poetry is very, very, very nice to have as part of a collection and such. And you can get these books. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But
Sure.
first, I love to talk about 4th of July as far as that goes. You started talking about growing up on the lake in Michigan and such. Taking those memories, do you feel that you can add that into your creativity? How do you think that the past and present fuel your creativity?
Oh, yeah, they both do, actually, because as you go on in life, in your journey, things happen there as well. So a lot of my poetry is based on both. It's not just the past, it's the present as well. But a lot of the fond memories were from the past. And you take some of those and you bring them into the present as well. But, yeah, so.
What did your mom like best about the 4th of July?
She liked the fireworks as well.
Uh-huh.
Mom, I really took after her in all honesty. So when I tell you I was in the corner in the boat hiding from the fireworks, that would probably be something she would have done too. But yeah, so.
All right, very good.
We just loved it. We grew up on it. My dad's boat was actually called Little Hog Plus 3.
Uh-huh.
And then my second sister came along. Well, third, there's three of us.
Uh-huh.
She came along, and then at that time, then the boat thing was done, and we were teenagers, and he would have had to change the name on that too, because then it would have been plus 4. So, but that's and my uncle, he was called Coho Bill.
Uh-huh.
So
Coho Bill.
Name was Little Hog. My uncle was called Coho Bill, and a lot of great times on the lake. We have many pictures and a lot of fond memories growing up. That's where all my good memories are.
Very good, very good. Tammy, how about regaling us with another poem?
Sure. We salute the Stars and Stripes, this
All right.
one's called.
All right.
The stars and stripes that represent the flag, various branches of service protecting us across the land, fighting for our country, doing the best that they can. The stars and stripes represent freedom and those who stand tall, serving proudly, protecting our country, giving it their all. Stand, salute, hand across heart when the anthem plays. The stars and stripes of the red, white, and blue. We are grateful for all that you do, and we salute you.
Very good. Now, is that from the first book?
That's from the second book
Second
as well.
book, too. Oh, I'm over
We're going to get one from the first book. That's the
I'm
last
over
one, right?
2. Over 2. Tammy, what do you hope readers feel when they're hearing these Independence Day poems?
I just hope they feel a connection to their loved ones who have served, being proud of what they've done, because I think I define that in all of these poems.
Mm-hmm.
So, just to recognize them and salute them for all they've done for our country and, serving and some of them sacrificing, their life.
Yeah, it's more than a day off, folks.
Exactly.
It's more than a 3 or 4 day weekend.
Absolutely.
So to keep that in mind too, because there's just this is our history. This is our history.
And you know that since you've served, you know the behind the scenes. Us that have not, we don't know the true. It's family to you guys.
Yeah, it is, and it's one of the things that I really and truly love, and this has become my little charge in life. Is anytime I see anyone wearing a hat, the military hat or something like that, I got to stop and say thanks. Because there's a brotherhood and sisterhood with all of us, whether you served 1 day or you served 40 years in the military. We're all the same. We're, of course, we're no longer, wearing our uniforms or anything like that. But, I still really and truly have high reverence When I'm watching a baseball game, football game, whatever it might be at home, I still stand with hand over my heart and stand for the. Leslie does the same thing. People might be looking, what the hell's going on over their house or something. What's he standing up for? Something like that. Okay.
It's a respect thing.
I stood so many, retreat ceremonies and change of command ceremonies and such. This is very important. This is a part of my life, and this is a part of my DNA. And a lot of people just don't get it. And I really and truly am very patriotic. I really and truly love my country. And, I do my very best to support our country as far as that goes. Tammy, I got to ask you this. I know you've said this before many, many times, but let's hit it on one more time. Where can we find these books at?
Sure. Flutter of an Eye and Fluttering on both are on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's other platforms out there. I do know that Flutter of an Eye is at Walmart.com as well.
All right.
I do have both of them listed on Etsy in case somebody wants an autographed copy.
Oh, very good.
They can order through there, and I'll just do that directly from home then and send it out. And I have my audiobook too. I don't know if we touched on that in quite a while, but last year I did an audiobook for Flutter of an Eye as well, and that's on 10 different platforms.
Oh, very good, Tammy. Nice.
Spotify being one of them, which everybody knows that one, but there's many more. Libro.fm, Google Play, audiobook.com.
Tammy, what I'll do is I'll include them in the show notes, okay, as far as that goes. And
okay, great.
Everyone can find that as far as that goes.
That would be great. But yeah, they're on 10 different platforms, and actually I'm the narrator, of
very good. Awesome.
Audiobook as well. I was blessed again. I mean, just like meeting you and doing all of this, and the budget being tight, I've met a lot of people, and I'm definitely grateful for you allowing me to do this, Rick.
Well, Tammy,
it's an awesome service that you're doing. It's still part of a service, but a different type, and yeah.
Well, yeah, this has been the fun thing. I've really enjoyed doing this, and now it's going to go into a book. We're going to start working on a book over the summer here.
I look forward to that. Yeah.
Yeah, very good, very good. One more poem, Tammy. Let's go ahead and lay that on us. What's this one called?
Okay, this one is from the first book, Flutter of an Eye. It's called Salute a Soldier.
All right, here we go.
Salute a soldier and show your support for the sacrifices made. Even lives were cut short. They will always stand tall, even after the fall. Bravery of a soldier will be remembered by all. Salute a soldier. It's the right thing to do for all that's been given for freedom for you. And we salute you, my friend.
Well, thank you, dear. Do appreciate it. I salute you right back. Tammy, it's been an absolute treat knowing you. I thank you so much for being on all these podcasts through the years. And it's a wonderful friendship that we have here. And she and her husband have been wonderful people. And I'm very grateful to know you now. And
awesome.
Awesome. Very good. Tammy, thanks again for being on the podcast here, and happy 4th of July to you and hubby.
A safe, blessed, happy 4th of July, everybody.
Hi, this is Rick Anthony, thanking you again for listening to this episode of Someone You Should Know. Now, if you're an aspiring musician or an established musician that's looking for a little exposure, I invite you to drop us a line at someoneyoushouldknowpodcast@gmail.com. That's someoneyoushouldknowpodcast@gmail.com. Also, I invite you to tell a friend about the Someone You Should Know podcast. I thank you for tuning in this time, and I invite you to check us out next time on the Someone You Should Know podcast, because you never know who's going to show up. Until next time, remember, God loves you, and so do I.